Star Wars: The Clone Wars is easily my favorite animated show of all time. And I know I'm not the only one. I was in high school when this show came out, and I thought it was some lame-ass kids show. The intro was weird, it was on Cartoon Network, and I didn't give it a chance. I was a kid who watched the movies 1 to 6, and honestly, I fell in love with the prequels. And I don't care who you are, tough guy, the dialogue sucked, and you know it. But it was still badass. Now imagine all of that badass shit turned up to level 11, and BAM! Clone Wars. This was a cartoon that was sold to kids, and I didn't watch it until my early 20s. And holy shit, I don't care what you say, this show's dark as hell, and I love every second of it. I've rewatched this show so many times, I've live streamed it with YouTubers when the 7th season finally came around, and I cried as an almost 30-year-old man. That's how good this show is. So I figure with all the Disney Plus stuff coming out, I'm gonna rewatch every bit of this Filoniverse, and damn it, if I'm gonna pick it apart, I'm taking you with me. This is an anthology series, so it really doesn't matter where you start watching, but I'm gonna go ahead and try and watch it in the timeline order, because that's the best way, and you're all wrong. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call this just yet, so for now, we're just gonna go with Overanalyzing Star Wars, and yeah, that's a nod to my boy Overanalyzing Avatar. You keep doing the Lord's work over there, buddy. Ah yes, the dreaded Jungle Book intro that made me turn my TV off as a kid within 5 seconds. Crazy how much you grow to begrudgingly love it. This is one of my favorite parts in the show. Every episode has an inspirational quote that has a lot to do with the episode and always the overall narrative being told. This is one of my favorite things in Cowboy Bebop too, only they're at the end. Yes, let's go! I fuck with Admiral Yularen's energy so hard in these. If you don't know, he's the one guy in A New Hope at the dinner table scene with Vader and Tarkin. He's the Colonel Sanders looking dude in classic Star Wars fashion, later got a bigger role than ever intended. Star Wars, baby. Also, the fact that they have a planet named Christophsis is just too great. Like, my name's Chris, so I can only imagine the Chris at Lucasfilm who begged for this to happen. Thanks, bro.
And we're out of food, water, and munitions. Our situation is desperate.
Senator Organa? Senator Organa!
Organa? Is that the organic option? Because I could have sworn you pronounced it Organa. Ah, Matt Lanter. This man single-handedly redeemed Anakin as a character for me. I love Hayden, but after watching this, you're damn right this is a definitive version, baby. Also, I love the fact that we actually start off in a space battle. You know, wars in the stars and whatnot. God damn, this planet's beautiful too. I don't think I ever noticed that their ship is actually white and blue too, like the 501st. Dear God, Admiral Trench. This guy's a straight up spider humanoid straight from my nightmares. His species are called Harches, but I'm pretty sure that's Orbesh for Satan.
I smell fear. And it smells good.
Watching this again after its end, it's interesting that on the first episode of the timeline, Anakin deals with Trench, and then, spoiler alert, he finally kills him in one of the last times we see him in the last season. Neat.
Reactors. We're gonna blow right past this guy, whoever he is.
Oh, they're really driving the point home that this isn't the same Anakin. This perfectly sums up his personality throughout the series.
Obi-Wan.
Hello there.
Pretty much everyone's favorite part of this show is that these two actually feel like the brothers Obi-Wan tells Luke about in A New Hope, but we'll see more of that later.
Anakin, I want you to withdraw.
Withdraw?
I brought a new toy that might give us an advantage.
What kind of toy, Obi-Wan?
We'll cover their retreat as they escape behind the moon. I don't like this. I hope Obi-Wan knows what he's doing.
See, at least this Anakin reluctantly gives in. Like, you know he's pissed and he thinks he can do it better, but he just doesn't straight up do whatever he wants like the brat we knew him to be from the movies. Admiral Trench is surprisingly a good matchup for Anakin too. They're actually kind of similar. You see other separatist leaders like this, but I don't know, he's just got that angst, you know? Dear God, the droids in the show are one of my least favorite things. I know kids probably love it though, and this is marketed as a kids show anyway.
Well, here I am. Tell me about this new weapon.
You're looking at it.
I'm looking at what?
It's a stealth ship.
A stealth ship? Have we ever seen anything like this? Like, I gotta imagine this would have come in handy about 99% of the time.
As far as we know, but this is the first real field test.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. First time. We see this clone walking around, but I can't tell what his insignia on his shoulder is. Is he part of Plo Koon's unit? He looks like the Wolf Pack, not like Obi-Wan's signature yellow or orange clones, and we already saw Cody earlier. You lost, bro?
The ship can carry enough supplies for Senator Organa's headquarters.
At least Obi-Wan remembers how to pronounce Organa. Shit, now I can't say it right.
Impossible. It can't be him.
Oh no, it must be the other spider guy. I don't remember Trench being a big deal. Can't imagine why.
If I remember my military history...
Military history, nerd.
The Battle of Malastare and Arrows?
Jesus, vaporized? What the hell happened? So I guess he is a real tactical threat, even more of a matchup point for Anakin.
Are you sure it's him?
It's possible. Not every captain goes down with his ship.
Ooh, that's a nice foreshadowing, going down with the ship, but we'll get back to that.
My orders are not to engage Trench, just to deliver supplies to Senator Organa.
I am volunteering my services as consultant, General.
Oh shit, you Lauren, bring out that Vader. Fuck Obi-Wan's orders. Military, baby! I love how Anakin's just like, hell yeah, if I ever become a Sith one day, you and Tarkin, you're gonna be my boys. I guess these are one of those clones I saw before. Who the hell do they belong to? Is that really the most practical ship design? I guess I'm no rocket scientist.
Doesn't look like they can detect us.
Yes, but if you get any closer, they may not need scanners to know we're here.
Have you ever tried to kill a spider, you Lauren, or do you just have a spider catching droid to do that?
Send the hyena bombers to hit Senator Organa on the surface.
Hyenas and spiders? This guy watched too much Lion King.
If we are going on the offensive, we must do it soon.
Excuse me, General, I'm talking here.
1,000.
They're going to hit us.
500.
I'd be shitting my pants right about now. I think out of all the droids, these ones are probably my favorite. Like, of course you would have droid ships too, rather than multiple droids operating one ship. This damn planet is easily one of the coolest places they've ever made. Like, imagine roaming around the streets at night like this. Maybe after the bombs, though.
There's little chance for survival. Help us, General Kenobi. You're our only hope.
Oh shit, he fucking said it!
I will engage Trench's fleet with the ships I already have.
General Kenobi, with all due respect, you do not have the resources to engage Trench openly. He wants you to attack. You'll be walking into a trap.
You don't talk to the master of trolling that way, you Lauren.
What are you doing?
We need to destroy Trench, and this ship has the best chance of doing that.
I want those supplies on the surface now.
Don't worry, I'm on it.
Anakin!
Well, so much for Anakin actually listening. Although at least here it's more convincing. Like, yeah, I'll do what you want, but I'm gonna do what I want too.
Disengage cloaking device.
Hello there.
Foolish Republic scum!
Oh damn, look at all those ribbons, dude. No wonder this guy's got you Lauren sweating. That's more than he's got. They're all like, damn it, I really gotta transfer to Kenobi's unit. So wait, is that his fur? Or is that like a scarf? And why does he look like he's got a little backpack on?
What you got, Spark? There's an open communication signal.
Hello, ugly.
What if he's actually really handsome for his species? Like, what if you're ugly in terms of your own species? Nah, who am I kidding? Anakin's a total babe.
You have an impressive new vessel. But I warn you, I have dealt with its kind before.
Wait, so if he's dealt with this before, who was it? They said this is the first one, into my knowledge. There's only one war going on right now.
Turn back now. Retreat while you can, for I am your doom.
It seems in each case he used tracking torpedoes to hit the ship somehow, whether it was cloaked or not.
Then he knows a way of detecting us.
See, Lauren gets it.
Maybe he's tracking the magnetic signature.
If you're this smart, Anakin, maybe you should design ships instead of enslaving the galaxy, huh?
Lock us onto that ship's magnetic signature.
See, you were right, bro!
They are turning around.
Boy, this guy really knows his maneuvers. Jesus, so you're telling me this guy took torpedoes to the face and still makes it? No wonder they're so afraid of this fucking spider.
I hate to admit it, but good job, Anakin.
It's nice to see that even though you know Obi-Wan is pissed, he still acknowledges that Anakin actually did save the day.
Good job.
Shaking his head like, this fucking guy's gonna give me gray hair by the time episode 3 rolls around.
General Skywalker, I have no idea how you did it, but you saved a great many lives today.
You know something, Organa? I don't really know either.
Well, looks like we make a pretty good team.
I must admit, I am a bit surprised at the reckless nature of your tactics, though I cannot argue with our results.
Well, you'll find I like to do things, differently.
Indeed. The Chancellor mentioned as much.
Let's go, baby! This is like some real recognizes real shit, or evil recognizes evil. No, Palps, you dog. This episode is a great starting point going into the series. It pretty much sums up the attitude of the show and lets you know, hey, those prequels meant a lot more than you think. We really get to know these characters, and especially the clones. I plan on doing this entire series, which is going to take a ridiculous amount of time, but this was a lot of fun, and I've never made content like this before, so I guess if you want to stick around, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one.